All right. Hey, folks. So today is a quick tip for improving sleep. Now, before we get into that, thanks for making it onto my channel. If you have any questions or comments about today's video, please pop them down below. And if you'd like to work with me on your own physique and strength goals or sleep goals, then there's a link in the description. Now, this is hopefully just going to be a quick, short tip on sleep. It's something I've been doing for the past 6 months or so on an on and off basis. And I guess it's something that I've been wrong about. And I want to give it to you guys in my truth of what's been happening. So what am I talking about? So a few months ago, last year, my partner gave me a lavender and chamomile spray. I didn't think much of it at the time because I didn't think, well, I don't really think that much of essential oils as a whole. But she gave me this, she said, give it a try and you spray it on your pillow. So I thought, okay, fine. And I sort of sprayed it on and off while I was experimenting with other things like magnesium intake, melatonin, you know, all the big things that people say to do to improve your sleep, sleep hygiene routines, doing a gratitude log, all that kind of stuff. And my sleep mostly is all right, but I always try and optimize things. I try and get better sleep because sleep is just so useful for lots of things to do with fat loss, muscle gain, all that kind of stuff, health in general. And so I try and maximize as much sleep as I can in a reasonable kind of way. So she gave me this and she knew I was interested in, you know, better sleep. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. Secretly, not really believing that it was going to do anything because you know what it is, guys, right? The thing about essential oils is whenever you hear people trying to talk about them or sell them, in my experience at least, it seems to be the claims are very overblown. So they're talking about how it's the next best thing since sliced bread, how it can solve every ailment from head to toe and all that kind of stuff. And they're usually connected with these really dodgy like pyramid schemes, which I'm just like, So as soon as I hear anyone over exaggerating the benefits of something, my mind goes BS, and I just shut off. So I guess I've been guilty in the past of poo-pooing essential oils because I'm like, well, whenever I hear somebody talk about them, it just sounds like BS. Can you guys relate to that? You know what I mean? So anyway, my partner got me this spray and I'd been using it on and off. So I found over time that I started to see a pattern. So some nights where I was having good sleep, some nights I was having bad sleep. I was trying to relate the sleep to sort of the magnesium and the melatonin and all that kind of stuff, right? All the stuff that I was doing. What was coming through though was quite strongly this spray. So it seemed, so then I started to trial it on myself in more of a systematic way. So I thought, okay, let's try a few days with the spray on, let's try a few days off. And consistently, I was getting better sleep with the spray. Now, my particular problem is, and this might not be the same for you, my particular problem is that I can get to sleep okay, but then I wake up like 2 or 3 in the morning or like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I don't want to be up that early. And so that's a bit of a pain. Sometimes I'll be up like an hour before my alarm's supposed to go off, and I'm sat there going, oh, well, this is a bit rubbish, and I still feel tired. So that's kind of my issue. It's not the getting to sleep. So I thought, all right, this is actually making a difference. And I slowly started to come around to that way of thinking. And so this is kind of like my big I was wrong sort of video. But also it's a tip for you guys that you can get this spray. I mean, it doesn't matter what brand you use. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that. But she just got a cheap one. I think it was like £3 or £4 off Amazon and got it delivered to the house, tried it, and it was great. I mean, I imagine you probably want to get something from a reputable company, something which tests, you know, whatever, right? So basically get some good stuff. So anyway, I thought I would look into it on PubMed and see if I can find some studies about it. And I thought maybe I'd find 1 or 2 studies, and I thought they'd probably be sponsored by essential oil companies. I was very skeptical. Like, I was still very skeptical. At the time, I was thinking, well, one side of me was thinking, yeah, you know, this is helping. But the other side of me was thinking, well, Karen, who's selling essential oils, thinks it can cure, you know, everything, like world poverty and stuff like that. So I was still very skeptical, as you would be, as I generally am when I smell BS. But I started to look at the studies, and actually they were quite positive. So I thought I would share that with you guys. I found a couple of studies, one on chamomile and one on lavender. And that's what's in the spray. It's a blend of chamomile and lavender. And I thought I would share that with you. So here we go. Let's have a look. Here we go. So they were both randomized control trials, and I'll link them in the description if you want to read them for yourself. And there are plenty more on PubMed, but this is the first one. So this was, they did a study where they looked at college students and split them up into 3 groups. The first group had a placebo. The second group were told to improve their sleep hygiene. So things like, all this stuff like switching off your phone before you go to bed, having a shower or whatever, trying to relax yourself, maybe read a book, and then blah, blah, and no spray. Then in the third group, they had the sleep hygiene and they had the spray, and it was just a lavender spray. And they reported improved sleep quality for college students with self-reported sleep issues, with an effect remaining at follow-up. And this also compared the groups. So it seemed to be that the sleep hygiene worked, but the sleep hygiene and the lavender worked better. So it kind of pointed to the idea that lavender improved the sleep alone, independently of just the sleep hygiene. And the next one was on chamomile. This was on, it said elderly people. You guys can read the study. It'll have the exact age ranges. The use of chamomile extract can significantly improve sleep quality amongst elderly people. Thus, it can be used as a safe modality for promoting elderly people's sleep. Now, yeah, that's for elderly people, but there are other studies out there, and I'm sure it can relate. So I'm not sure which particular one helped me out the most. Was it lavender? Was it chamomile? I don't know. Again, I don't get endorsed by any of this. I just thought it was cool. It was useful, and I thought I'd pass it on to you guys if you struggle with your sleep. So yeah, get yourself some cheap stuff off Amazon. Make sure it's tested and make sure it's proper stuff, and let me know how you feel about that. Like, is that something you guys feel as well? When people talk something up a lot and they try and talk about its benefits, you just run in the other direction, because I do. That's why I just avoided essential oils for a long time, and I thought, well, this is just a lot of like voodoo BS. But actually, this stuff for sleep, for specifically improving my sleep quality, and I don't want to go above and beyond that because that's all I've tested it on, seems to work. So I thought I would share that with you guys. Hopefully you found that useful. I will sleep well at night knowing that I've done my bit to help you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, then please go ahead and hit like. If you've not yet subscribed, which I think 30% of you have not who view my videos, it would be nice if you subscribe. And maybe even if you are subscribed, hit the bell notification so you get notifications of my videos. That would be cool. Either way, thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, love you lots, and I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty.